Hey guys, it's Mike, and today I just wanted to give a quick video. This is some MOAB gameplay with the Type 95 and the MG36, and I think I might have picked up a G36 in there. It was really intense, you know. I had no ammo half the time, and I had to pick up some guns in order to survive. I almost died like 5 times. But that's not the point of this video. I just have a really interesting topic I want to talk to you guys about. What's your favorite Call of Duty? Or what's the best Call of Duty in your eyes? So, yeah, let's just cut to the chase to that, you know. So I could probably I'll give you guys my my background with Call of Duty, and I'll start, you know, from the beginning. So I picked up Call of Duty 2 around 2005 to 2006. Can't really remember for sure, and I was pretty young back then. But my mom was buying it for my friend's birthday, and I was notorious back then for not buying, but just like, you know, always wanting a new game. So when I see this game in the car, I'm just like eyeballing it the whole damn ride. So by the end of that ride, I had a new video game. I begged the shit out of my mom. But yeah, so I threw this thing in my computer, and I played single player religiously. This game was amazing to me. I couldn't believe I never played anything like it before. I don't even remember what I was playing before this, but I just usually hopped from game to game pretty often. And I really fell in love with this game, you know. I repeated the campaign probably 5 to 10 times. You know, it was that good. And I didn't really think about multiplayer too much. Never really crossed my mind. I don't really know why. I think back then multiplayer wasn't really as popular it wasn't really as popular, but maybe it was just me, you know. So then maybe half a year later, I picked up Call of Duty 1, and that's the original. People also know it as Call of Duty Classic on the Xbox and PS3, I think. But I don't remember where I found Call of Duty 1, but probably was just looking at this, you know, GameStop one day and found Call of Duty. I was like, hey, I love those games, so, you know, I decided to try it out. And these two games were both World War II, and many of these games up until Call of Duty 3 and then World War II. So that was quite different than today. But yeah, I picked it up. I remember the basic training mission. God fucking damn, I love that. I don't know why, but ever since then I've been addicted to like tutorial missions. Like whenever a game has a tutorial mission, and as long as it's not half-assed, I love playing them, you know. It's just, I don't know why, but I love being explained how to play the game, and, you know, give me some tips, because sometimes they might give you something you never know. So, and I've also become addicted to like reading game manuals once I buy them. Even the Call of Duty ones, you know, like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, there's nothing in the manual. I still check it out for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, I played the single player to death. And back then there was, you know, you started with 3 characters. It was like this in Call of Duty 2, but you had 3 characters to play. You know, you had the British guy, the American, and the Russian. So you had a lot of variety in where you were fighting, you know. And there was Captain Price back then too, and I can't remember for sure if he was in Call of Duty 2. I think so, but you know, I'll probably put an annotation when I find out. But yeah, Captain Price was back in World War II, so I don't know how he's in COD 4. I don't think anybody's ever found that out. It was just, you know, they wanted to keep the character. But I found out about multiplayer in this game, and I don't remember where, but I just remember looking through the servers and I was like, I don't know what to pick. So I just decided to click one, and the first thing that came up was a map called Newville. And it's basically like, you know, like a suburban kind of city in, or like a little town in Normandy maybe. I don't remember. If you guys remember this, then let me know. But the first instinct that came to mind was, I'm getting fucking shot. What am I going to do? You know, so I just jumped in a corner and waited for someone to come by, and even then I still could not get a kill. These guys were like professionals. I couldn't kill them. So, you know, camping is not all that bad. You know, it's a great way to learn. I had to learn that way, and then after a while I got used to it, but that's how I started. I'm gonna be completely honest. I did get a little better and better, but nothing too crazy in the first Call of Duty. And then I picked up the expansion pack, and it was made by Gray Matter. The past 2 Call of Duties before this were by Infinity Ward, but the expansion pack to the original Call of Duty was made by Gray Matter, which turned into Treyarch by Call of Duty 3. And it was based around the Battle of the Bulge in Modern Warfare 3 in World War II. and you know, so these were all World War II games, and they wanted to, you know, I guess expand a little bit more on this part of the World War II. And so many missions were snowy, and it continued the three characters. You know, you had the same British guy, the same Russian, and the same American, if I believe, but they were, you know, British, Russian, and American. So I played that like religiously for quite a while, and I also hopped on multiplayer because, you know, I recently was playing Call of Duty 1 multiplayer. And, you know, the first thing I noticed was the maps were a lot more open. And if you guys see that, there's like an underlying, you know, theme in Treyarch games is that they always have big open maps, much more so than you know, Infinity Ward. And one of the things that surprised me so much in Call of Duty United Offensive was they brought tanks and vehicles. You know, they had Jeeps, they had tanks. I don't know what else. I think they had artillery too. Yeah, you know, it was just like, wow. I couldn't believe that back then. You know, video games were kind of still a little new in terms of modern age video games. You know, this was like the start. But this is the first time in any Call of Duty game to have ranks. This is something completely new to me. And it was really cool. I was like, am I going to keep this rank? Am I going to rank up on the leaderboards and all that stuff? And I found out it's temporary ranks, you know. It was just, you got to a certain point in the game, and if you did good, you'd get a rank up, and you'd be like a sergeant or whatever. And, you know, it felt good. But afterwards, you know, it just disappeared, and the next game you started at the first rank, you know. I even back then, I was kind of disappointed, but I'm glad they changed that in the most recent Call of Duties. And I got a little more serious with the multiplayer. Now, I didn't go for KD or be competitive. I just, you know, I played a shit ton of multiplayer in that game, and that's really just all I played. But yeah, I love that game. And Call of Duty 3, now that came out in Treyarch, or that came out by Treyarch in 2006. And when I remember seeing it, it was like, wow, this has amazing graphics. I played the demo of this at Best Buy. And it was my first Call of Duty game on a console because they didn't allow you to play on the PC, which was probably the dumbest idea to ever happen or come about in Activision. But it wasn't that great of a Call of Duty. It didn't really hook me in like the past CODs, but I still did play it. It just was a slow year of Call of Duty for me. Now, we all know about Call of Duty 4. I'm sure we could all agree that was one of the greater Call of Duty games, and that was made by Infinity Ward. And this came out in 2007, and we could, you know, this thing was revolutionary at the time. The campaign was amazing. You know, it had like, you know, a Michael Bay feel to it. It was just, you know, like a movie. Compared to the other Call of Duties before, it was, you know, it was like a movie compared to the other ones because the other ones were, you know, a little bit more gritty and realistic. But either way, I enjoyed this campaign just as much as the other ones. And I was horrible at multiplayer. I didn't even know about KD at this point. I had like a .80 kill death. But I had a lot of fun. And same thing continued on into World at War. This was made by Treyarch. And this is where I really started to enjoy Treyarch, you know. Came out in 2008. And I love being able to go back to World War II. You know, I was really a big fan of World War II, and I still am today. But it was really similar to COD 4, and I personally love that, you know. Back then, it was still new, that Call of Duty kind of formula. So then Modern Warfare 2 came out, and it was made by Infinity Ward, and it came out in 2009. I thought this was going to be the best Call of Duty yet, honestly. But I didn't realize what I do now, today, you know. I mean, I found out, you know, it was a good game until the Javelin glitch, and then it just went downhill, you know. And then Danger Close, and then One Man Army. It was just a rage game for me. I hate it with a passion, okay? Sorry. That's the truth. Now, Black Ops came out in 2010 by Treyarch, and this is when I really decided this was the best game or company to make Call of Duty games, in my opinion. It was probably the coolest campaign ever, you know, because I like to think. You know, I really enjoy thinking about stuff, and this game let me do that, you know. It was just like Inception to me. And I started to get good at Call of Duty just around here. I had, you know, I was mentioned about KD in Modern Warfare 2, and I fucking hate that guy, whoever told me about it, you know. He's actually a friend of mine. I don't freaking know why he told me about KD, because now it's like a curse. If you guys know what I'm saying, you know, if you care about your KD, you know you can't just not care about it the next day. It's horrible. But this was probably the most balanced Call of Duty game yet. And then Modern Warfare 3 came out by Infinity War in 2011, and that was similar to Modern Warfare 2. And we all know about this game, but it, you know, had less overpowered guns. It wasn't much different from Modern Warfare 2. So, yeah, that's what happened to me, really. That's my opinions on each game I played and really the order of which I got them. But if you guys can tell, I'm a fan of Treyarch more. You know, my personal favorite Call of Duty was Call of Duty United Offensive. I had so many memories in that game when, like, you know, when KD didn't matter and it was just pure fun. But so what's your favorite Call of Duty game? Which was the best? You know, just let me know. If you want to see gameplay of any of the game I mentioned, or any of the games I mentioned, then please let me know. You know, because I love these games. You know, especially United Offensive. I don't even give a shit if you guys don't want to see that. I'm posting that just because of the nostalgia I get from that thing. I'm posting it. Okay, guys, just be aware that I will be posting that, and you know, gonna make pretty nice commentary over it. So thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoyed. Just leave a comment letting me know what you think about the Call of Duties and which was your favorite. And yeah, that's it. Make sure to give a like, and if you like it, then go ahead and subscribe. So peace out, guys.